You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriot. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me on the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. I'm your host, Safan. In this episode, we're going to discuss a story about what DHS has to release, what startling information that we have released. In this article here, I want to share with you guys from Fox.com. I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys are interested. But let me put this up for you guys right now, all right? Let me put this up for you guys. 1 second. There you go. It said DHS revealed stats on asylum seekers who skip hearing disappear. All right, this is the stat we're talking about here. All right, I hadn't read this article yet, so what you guys can see is my reaction to this. All right, my immediate reaction, my first reaction. All right, let's go. The acting Homeland Security gave lawmakers a glimpse of today into just how many asylum seekers skip their hearings after being released into the United States, telling the Senate panels that the recent program found 90% missed their court days. Of course, these people, if they are, if these people are managed to breaking the law by hopping the borders, what makes you think they're going to listen to the law by showing up at their hearings? They're not going to show up. All right, by breaking the law, you're already showing that you're the type of person who will not abide by orders by it comes to your hearings. And this is what people don't understand. These people are not law-abiding. If you are capable of breaking the law by hopping the border, you are also capable of breaking the law by not showing up to your hearings. All right? These people don't understand. These Democrat backers, these liberals. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham, RSC, asked Acting Secretary Kevin McAleen, I guess that's his name, how many asylum seekers coming across the southern border showing up for the hearings? Right? Quote, it depends on the demographic, the court, but we see many cases where people are not showing up. Of course, I understand that. People with rationality, people with common sense understand that these people will not show up. That's why we had to emphasize of having a secure border, right? Let's continue. He said, telling the Graham that DHS recently conducted a pilot program within family units. Out of 7,000 cases, 9% received final orders of removal of absentia. 90%, he said. 90% did not show up, Graham asked. Correct. That is a recent sample of family crossing the borders, McAleen clarified. Of course, it's all common sense. People with common sense understand this. Right? McAleen testimony also painted a grim portray of a border crisis that shows up in signs of easing, with Border Patrol overwhelming underfunded, and the Secretary of describing authority of hamstrung by the law that limit how long they can keep migrants in custody. All right, 20 days, 21 days, or something like that. Currently, due to the single director's court order, we cannot obtain effective migrants enforcement result and family arriving in the border. We cannot hold them for no longer 21 days and do not receive ruling from immigration court for years, he said. Of course, we already know this. U.S. Custom and Borders Protection report that it encountered 144,000 migrants at the borders in May, and a level as seen in decades. Describing the situation as a full-blown emergency, McAleen said that 60,000 children have entered the DHS custody, which just in the last 40 days. When they say children, that's people under the age of 18. That means that some of these children are unaccompanied minors. That's what they're not disclosing. Some of these children are like 16, 17, 15 with no adults. And some of them are having adults, but they're not their legal biological family members. Or some of them are just smugglers. Right? That's why they don't disclose people. That's why we want to emphasize on border security, because if we have open borders, it enabling these child traffickers to do all these bad things, and it's harming the children. All right. McAleen told lawmakers they also suffer due to misaligned asylum standards, meaning many of these who demonstrated credible fear of returning homes, initial bar for claiming asylum, are later judged not to have a valid asylum claim. Of course, these people are low IQ. They don't understand laws and orders. All right. This is what happens when you migrate from a country that doesn't have any law and orders. You don't understand civil disobedience. Civil obedience. Right? Pelosi hit Trump deal with Mexico, accusing him of threatening with temper tantrum. This woman is a witch. All right. He also said that restriction on how long people can unit can be held means that children are now seen as passport to the U.S. Exactly. That's what they use. These children are used as props. Are props, no matter whether they're biological family or not. As the perception, he said, based on reality, he testified that only 30% of those coming from the border are actually trying to avoid being captured. Criminals, drug smugglers, that's those percentage that's avoid being captured. All right, unless you're a single adult, and it's very likely you'll be repatriated, he said. McAleenan urged Congress to end those loopholes and grant request DHS fundings, and suggest that move to make asylum seekers claim asylum in their home country, of course, and designated that third countries could help their resolve. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do, and they try to discredit him. Right? Graham Secure and Patriot Act in 2019, being discussed in hearing, would include a provision to establish refugee process center in Mexico and Central America. And Senator asked the DHS chief if such a approach would work. First of all, it would break the back of the smuggling organization. They're profiting from the circles. Exactly, that's what this guy understand. McAleenan said it would provide access to asylum in country in much safer manners than taking a dangerous journey, and would stop the flow immediately. Yeah, you know how dangerous the Mexican desert is? All these creatures. It was one time I heard some woman got attacked by bees, and her child got attacked by bees. They had to rescue her and take her to the nearest hospital. All right, that's a form of child abuse. All right, why would you put your children in that kind of harm's way? All right, getting stung by bees. I got stung by bees, and it's not pleasant. Some people can handle it. Imagine get stung by thousands of bees. All right, especially with your children. All right, but I digress. All right, that's the type of dangerous people are taking and putting themselves in this position. Are you incentivizing people? See, look, with open borders, you're incentivizing people to take dangerous trip, put people's life in harm's way. You're enabling them to do harmful act. That's what a border do. It enables people to do harmful act. All right. Democrat, meanwhile, suggests that the administrator bears some of the blame on the situation at the borders. Senator Dick Durbin, this guy's a scumbag, the Democrat, pointing out that McAleenan recently appointed as an example of dysfunction of the department. This guy is retarded. I don't want to say retarded as insulting to people with mental disorders. All right, this guy is a scumbag. Dick Durbin's from Chicago. How corrupt can you be? Chicago politics, they're known as corrupt politicians. And this guy want to say something like this? Get out of here, right? Focus on your state first. Fix Chicago. Fix Illinois, all right, Dick Durbin? All right, let's continue. In less than 2.5 years, there have already been 4 heads of departments. He have before using the acting secretary who has been in the job for more than 2 months, he said. We cannot face a crisis effectively with a revolving door policy in the leadership of the Department of Homeland Security. Yes, the reason why, because Donald Trump needs to filter out all the never-Trumpers of all the swamp creatures. That's what it is. He's filtering them out. He's exposing these people. All right? If you don't do your job right, this is how reality works. This is how capitalism works. Right? If you get hired for something, you don't do your job right, you get fired. That's basically it. These people don't do their job right. They get fired. So you have to replace them until you find the right person. All right? What? If people don't do their job right, you keep putting them in that position? If a staffer keep messing up in his job, do you still keep giving them chances and chances and chances and chances? You get rid of them and bring up somebody who's capable of doing the job right. All right, this guy is ridiculous. He think a revolving door policy is a bad thing. Revolving door policy get rid of the bad apples. That's what it is. McLennan, this testimony comes in continued negotiation between Trump administration and Mexico in immigration. The U.S. announced on Friday that it has been reached a deal with Mexico to drop threatened tariff on Mexico, reported exchange of Mexico increasing effort and limit United States bond migration flow in Central America. Right? The administration sources of Fox News today, and the new deal of Mexico becoming a third world country for asylum seekers, which complete, but not yet announced. Fox News report. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. These Democrats are ridiculous. All right. They want to say that Donald Trump are not doing his job right. You know what? When they come to the tariff thingy, Donald Trump already said it, right? If Mexico won't agree to this, if their legislative won't agree to this, he'll put tariff back onto this thingy. This agreement does not necessarily that he'll take tariff off the table, period. If AMLO don't make his legislative team in Mexico approve this thingy, the tariff is going back up. People need to understand that. The price go back up. So AMLO have to convince the people to approve this thingy, or else their economy will suffer, all right? Like I said before, I'm for tariff. Tariff put people on check. All right, especially these countries who depend on the United States so much. You don't know, a lot of countries depend on the United States. Without the United States, their economy will go to wreck. All right, their economy will go wreck, no matter what country it is. The United States have the biggest consumer base out there. They buy a lot of stuff, and not only that, the United States is the most self-sufficient country out there. All right. We have a lot of innovation. We have a lot of resources, right? So these countries like Mexico don't know. They know who they're messing with. They don't want to mess with us, all right? And it shows you right here that they're telling you that the situation in the border is really dire straight. We need something to help this, all right? With the open door policy, right? You're encouraging these people, all right? People are not showing up to their hearings, the court hearings. If you're illegal aliens, all right? And you are breaking the law, right? What tells you not to break the law again? You already broke the law once. Who to say that you're not going to break it again? All right? And they're not showing up for their hearings. And you want these type of people in the country? It don't make any sense, all right? But that's what article I just want to show you guys, share with you guys what's going on, all right? That we are making effort to try to stop this nonsense going on in the southern borders. This whole migrations, this UN propaganda, this Jesuit involvement right here, pushing all these uncivilized people into the United States, all these unvetted people, all these people that harbor a lot of diseases, try to kill the United Americans. All right, but let me know you agree. All right, just because of what I'm saying, YouTube is not monetizing my channel, so I'm demonetized. I mean, I'm unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. I mean, I can say whatever I want without being bothered by any outside interference, right? Because of that, I'm not taking any donations. Because the part of this channel, the purpose of this channel is to make people think and to make people ask questions. If you don't think and you don't ask a question, all right, I'm doing my job wrong. But the purpose of this channel is to make people aware what type of world they're living in, right? All right. So I'm not taking any donation. I'm doing this out of pure passion, all right? But you can help me by subscribing. Subscribe to me on BitChute, Minds.com. Follow me on Twitter and Gab.ai. Most importantly, I'm staying on YouTube. I'm writing it until the wheels fall off. I'm not going anywhere, guys. All right? So most importantly, subscribe me on YouTube, because when you subscribe, you're encouraging me to make more videos. And so I could spread my message out to more people. The more video I make, the more saturated my video will be in Google YouTube algorithm, so it could reach to more people. Not only that, like, share, and subscribe. But I don't know, guys. I know your time is valuable. I'm not wasting your time. This is the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. My name is Stefan, and I'm signing out. Peace.